What's up, everybody? Quick reality check today. These are the Joe Atkinson Wheels, and this is my front verdict of them. Wanted to love them, but let me tell you what happened.
They're like, yo, do you want the chocolate chunk cookie?
So as I told you, I put these back on after so many years, and I had only skated them for a few skate park sessions where I was yelled at and told that they were not supposed to be skated on street, and I made the decision to try to, test that theory and see if they would work out for street. And I got about one session on street and 2 sessions on park before they completely disappeared. And I wanted to love these things, but for them to completely chunk like this chunked worse than maybe any wheel that I've ever skated. In terms of I understand that they're quote unquote supposed to be only skated on a smooth surface or a wooden surface, but as I said in a previous video, there's about, I would say, under 20 skate parks that are completely wood worldwide, where they don't have a form of concrete that you have to roll over at some point. So this narrative that this should only be rolled onto one surface should be thrown out. And people wrote to me in the comments before on the other ones where I said I recommended these, that they had made a new hardness or a new formula that might be a little better. But I want to just go back and just give you my final word on these, because I bought these. These are $65 for 4 of them with bearings. And at the time, this is 2021, so they're probably a lot more expensive now. I think I looked up, they were about $14, $15 per wheel. So that averages out to about $60 without bearings. So I think I got kind of a deal. And I known that I wanted to get that installed beforehand, because I just know that this would have been completely impossible for me to put out without a bearing press. I don't own a bearing press. A couple of my friends do, but it's a pain in the ass. Hey, can you set up my skates for me? No, it's not that easy. To be fair, I got these for the wish frames because they were so big, 64mm wheels, and then after I stopped skating the wish frames, I just threw them to the side. When I was doing wheel reviews, I just looked at them and I was like, maybe I can skate these anti-rocker. And to be fair, they felt absolutely amazing at first, because these, without a doubt, have one of the best grips in the world, and they have one of the best rolls in the world. Whereas though, especially at a skate park, how some wheels, you have to use your momentum to push more and more to go around the park, and you have to use more of your body and your energy just to skate. And with these, it just feels like you just push and you're going, you go up a quarter pipe, you're taking all the speed, no problem. And I think that has to do with the spokes, as I said before. I think the spoke just makes the core way more, sturdy and solid. But maybe that's where this lies in the problem too, because if you can see, pretty much really close into the spoke where the chunk is, and that's, this has plenty of urethane left. It's not like this is a dying little guy right here. So, for $70 to have a wheel essentially in under 10 sessions, all the wheels completely chunk like this, is just, it's disheartening. And I understand that they quote unquote made a new formula, but do you want to be the guy that spends $80 shipped to have these 4 wheels sent out to you, and then the same exact thing happens to you? Because I've been told this for about at least 25 years now, buying rollerblade products, where you get told that there's a new formula for Mind Game, or there's a new formula for this. And I was the kid back in the day that would always buy this stuff, and just knowing that this shit's gonna break no matter what, and unless it was just me. But I put this stuff on, I would break, I would complain about it, and the complaining was just to basically make a better product. Though I just want this, I want to be able to buy a set of wheels and they don't die in 4 sessions. That's completely unacceptable for $70. And especially if you're advertising this as a premium wheel, it sucks. I should be able to ride a wheel, any wheel, really any wheel that comes out these days. Especially since I had skated Kryptonics back in 1995. Once again, I was a lighter guy, but still, to have those wheels that I could ride to all the way down to the cores and use those cores in anti-rockers. Whereas though I have a wheel today that's supposed to be, the top of the line, new technology. We got the formula, we're advanced, and this shit is falling apart before it's under 60 millimeters, and there's about 7 more millimeters of urethane left. Why am I spending that much money if this shit is just shattering all the time? It just, it's not right. It's not right to the consumer, and then you complain about it, and you're called a cheap ass because you're skating a product that's not supposed to be skated on straight. No, that's like saying you can't ride this car tire on dirt. It'll explode if you do that one time. No, it's I don't want to hear that. I'm going to walk back my recommendation on this wheel. Unless you only skate a mini ramp or a vert ramp, these are not good enough for street at all. I cannot. I mean, I was skating a smooth skate park when the rest of these chunked completely, and this the clips from the Baltimore park that I just put up, and then I decided to give up on them. And because I needed new wheels, I had taken apart the flat rocker wheels that I did in my flat rocker review and used as Zanny rockers, and I took them recently on a trip to Virginia for a little skate park edit that's coming out soon. And I wanted to see if they would work for any rocker, and so far so good. I think I have it right here actually. So I did skate them for a couple times over the weekend, and you can see they smoothed out a lot. But I had no issues with the Bullet. The Bullet actually, being on anti-rocker, I think made them kind of conform into like a normal wheel, more so than they were the Bullet wheels at first. So I think that Bullet, the Super Bullet, does work for anti-rocker. So I'm going to continue skating that for the moment. And these are going to go completely Kobe'd into the trash as soon as I'm done this video. Famus wheels, $65, don't buy them. If they're $20 and you only skate ramps, pretty much buy them. Or if they fix the urethane and somehow made this like delicious feeling of a wheel just last longer than, 10 sessions for a fucking, a 40-year-old man. Like, I'm not asking much. I'm just asking for rollerblading products to do a little better. Or maybe just do a little testing, because I don't know how Ranger Joe skates, all over the world with these things and doesn't have a problem with them chunking. But, maybe I'm just a large boy. If you skated this wheel and had a different outcome, let me know in the comments. Maybe it's just me. If you have another wheel that by Famus that you would recommend me trying that is not $80 and will completely drain my bank account for just skating for 5 sessions, let me know in the comments. Or if you think a wheel is the best wheel on the market and I can prove you wrong, leave a comment in the thing. Until then, like and subscribe. I need to get up to 1,000 followers soon, or else I probably won't be able to make videos anymore. So stay tuned for more wheel reviews, and stay tuned for more updates on how I feel about certain skate products. The Famus 65mm. Till next time.